welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. I'm Vanessa, and here today is the Lockyer Boys. So, how you guys doing today?
Doing
How are
great.
you? Yeah.
Happy to be on we're always happy to be on podcasts, so I'm excited.
That's great. I just saved myself there. I was like, boys. Okay, so I saw you guys recently released your new song, Letting Go, which honestly, I remember when you guys started teasing it on TikTok, and the chorus is so catchy, so I knew it was gonna be a hit. And it is a hit. Everyone loves it. So, what inspired you guys to make the song?
Good question. We had been going to LA. We had only been there once, and we had a trip planned to go back. And this time, instead of just kind of feeling it out, we were gonna go and do like a week of recording and try to get like 3 songs done. But we had no like demos ready. So we decided to hunker down. It was like a weekend, and we said like, okay, like turn off your phones. Let's just like make a bunch of demos.
That was here
And
in this room.
in this very
On this
room.
computer.
Oh,
And we ended up just hunkering down. I think Letting Go was
The first one.
the first one that we did.
Yeah.
And
We made about like 5 or 6 songs. Like some were okay, some were terrible. Letting Go was one of the okay ones, I'd say. And because we released it, but
that same weekend, we made another song that we released called What It Feels Like. It was that exact weekend we made the demo. And then when we went to LA and we were choosing songs to record, Letting Go got picked, and it was actually the first one we did in LA, like the first day we got there. And What It Feels Like ended up being left behind. So then we decided to finish it ourselves. But that's a whole other story.
so following along with that question, do you guys have any favorite lyrics from the song?
Charlie does. Charlie likes the second verse.
I do like the second verse.
I remember when Charlie was like I was like on the computer for a couple hours and then I needed to take a break, so I took a nap like on the bed.
Right there.
And Charlie was just writing a second verse, and like totally like I wasn't a part of it, like I had nothing to do with it. And then I wake up and he's like, dude, I got the sickest second verse. And he was just like screaming it in my face. And I was so tired I didn't really care, but like I think we have it on video. I was just like,
I do like the second verse.
this guy's pretty passionate about this verse. So
I like the second verse because it's like completely different from the first. Like it has a completely different what do you call it? Cadence. You know what I mean? It has or is that the right word?
sure.
I
Yeah.
think that's the right word. Like it has a completely different like rhythm, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I was pretty proud of that.
You're like, this really had to happen while I was sleeping.
Yeah. I totally missed out. I can't call it my verse.
Who's plotting it?
He sings it.
There you go.
Okay, so you guys have also announced recently that you have an end of the summer show in Thunder Bay on August 29th. So what can everyone expect from the shows? This show.
I mean, the Thunder Bay shows are always our favorite. Obviously, it's our hometown. So we're here right now. But we're leaving. We're leaving on Friday morning.
We're gonna go to Europe.
Oh, wow.
But we'll be back just in time for that show. And the Thunder Bay shows are always crazy. It's where like we got our first, real fans, and it's definitely like our home base. So we've done this waterfront show a couple times. We do one every year, but this year it's a little bit later, and we're trying to make it huge. It's a huge stage, lots of space for whoever wants to come. So hopefully we can get a few thousand people out on a good night, and yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna do Letting Go.
We're gonna do Letting
We've
Go.
been practicing that.
Yeah.
It's always fun, like when you make a song in the studio, you're like doing one part at a time, and like you record your vocals alone, and then you record the guitars, you record the drums, and then when it's time to play it live, it's like hard. You're like, I've never done this before. We all got to play it at the same time, you know what I mean? And we all got to be tight, and so it's a lot harder. And I remember like every time we have a new song, it takes us like a good week to like perform the song. It's a whole new world. So,
but we've totally like redesigned our set for this show. So sort of from like all last summer, we were doing pretty much the same show, and we had it like really down pat. just a couple changes every time. And then we switched in, we did a big show, two big shows in the springtime that were kind of their own thing. And now it was like, we're just going to completely change it. So we've got some Noah Khan in there. We've got some One Direction
Some fun
in there.
covers, yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Some
and
new
then
originals.
a bunch of original stuff too. So we're pretty stoked. I'm stoked.
It's gonna be pretty jammy. I think most of our other shows have been very electric or electronic. You know what I mean? Like we have a DJ that helps with us, but he's gonna be playing guitar on like every song now. So it's gonna be more rock this show, which we're excited about. It's a little more us, so we're pumped.
Everyone in Thunder Bay is ready for a treat. That's what you guys are saying right now.
Exactly.
I want to try and make it, but I'm like really, really far away from there.
So you're in Southern Ontario, right?
Yeah, I'm Ajax. Like
Ajax.
Okay. Through there at some point.
I feel like we did too, because we were doing a show in Ottawa right before Canadian Music Week. So we did a show in Ottawa, and then we drove through there and ended up in Toronto. But we want to do some school shows in Ajax too. We do a bunch of like school concerts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we want to get down there and do some schools. So
you guys are probably like known in like schools. Yeah.
Yeah. It's become a little bit of our thing, especially in like little hubs of cities. So like obviously Thunder Bay, we've done a lot of schools here. Winnipeg, Dryden, which is like in between Thunder Bay and Winnipeg. So yeah, we're just kind of branching out slowly but surely. And we did a school show in Toronto last time we were there. So, but Ajax, we're coming for you.
Following along with that question, which songs are you guys most excited to perform at the show?
We were just practicing the other day.
Like yesterday.
Yesterday and the day before.
Honestly, I'm most excited for whatever song we're the best at.
I'm honestly most excited for whatever song they're gonna like the most. Which we have no idea right now because we've never performed a lot of them.
So we play all our originals, but there's a lot of like returning fans that come to see us, and we don't want them to like see the same show every time, right? Like we want to switch it up. So that's why we mix in a few covers, especially it fills up the time. And so I'm always excited to play new covers because it's just fun. Like covers are fun. We started out doing that like when we were 12, so it's kind of just a thing we like to do. But I'm excited for Letting Go. Letting Go was sounding pretty cool last night.
I'm probably excited for Night Changes. We're doing One Direction Night Changes, and I'm playing the guitar, which is kind of fancy.
True, yeah. Charlie usually plays the piano or just sings.
Yeah.
And now we axed the piano.
I've graduated. So I'm gonna play some guitar on that. I'm also excited for the intro. I always say whether it's like a movie or a concert, the intro is the most important part. So if you miss on the intro, you're screwed. So I'm excited for the intro. I think it's good. We changed it, and I think it's gonna get everyone.
We've been doing the same intro.
I think it's gonna get everyone hyped up. Our last intro was pretty sweet. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I never even saw it. I was always backstage when it was happening.
Yeah.
That's true.
But because we make our tracks in our room and then just kind of like give them to the band, right? But we miss that whole intro part. So I'm always like, Dad, how was the intro? He was like, oh, it was sick.
I guess you guys have met like a lot of bands in your lives. So what do you think has been your favorite like band encounter?
Band encounter.
Or fan or band?
Fan.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a better question. I like that question. We've received lots of gifts. Like we have a full bin of gifts from fans, like paintings and like drawings and
like actual paintings.
I'm wearing all fan bracelets right now. Like it's just, we like to wear stuff, and
we did a show in Nipigon, and someone gave me a painting like on a canvas, like looked like you could like buy it in a store painting, and my initial reaction was like, oh no, like I'm not signing this painting for you right now. And like I'm gonna ruin this painting. And then the guy was like, no, like I'm giving you the painting. And I was like, what? Like it's like a full-on painting, like a full-on painting. I was so like, it was crazy.
I mean, I guess this would be one of the worst fan encounters. We were at a show in Ottawa, and I hit a girl with a guitar. She was like sitting on stage. Like they were all coming on, like just slowly crouching on stage. And like I didn't notice, and I just whacked a girl with a guitar totally by accident. And I was so sorry. I was like, I had to like stop the show. I was like, oh my God, like, and we gave her a shirt and everything. We were just so apologetic, but that would probably be the worst fan encounter. Very embarrassing.
We've had a couple shows where like the stage, like there's no barrier in between the stage and the crowd.
So they just keep coming up.
It gets kind of fun. Like everyone kind of ends up closer and closer and closer as the night goes on. But then you get afraid about stepping on people. And that same Ottawa show, it got so crazy that like there was a left speaker, right? A couple left speakers, a couple right speakers, and the entire right side of speakers got unplugged.
Like people were just climbing on them.
So for like our last song,
they were only listening
they
from
were
one
only
speaker.
listening to the on one side.
But also it was so loud in the room. The sound engineer, he recorded like over 100 decibels of volume, like from just people screaming.
I forget what.
And it was like at some point, so we sing with in-ear monitors, so it's like little earphones in our ears. And like people were screaming, it was coming into my microphone, and then it was like hurting my ears. Like my ears were going like it was crazy. So I remember that a few times, and yeah, that was cool.
Been lots of good little memories made. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we love the fans.
So, what role did music play in your lives growing up? I can tell it's probably been like a lot.
Yeah, we sort of tell this story when we're at schools too. Like we have instruments in our house, like a lot of people do growing up, and I would say the two big musical sort of experiences that we had was one, our dad used to play the piano in our house and the guitar in our house all the time for company. So people would come over and it would end with like a sing along. And that sort of turned into, Will and I wanting to get in on that, wanting to get some of that attention on us probably. And so that played a big role. And then the second thing was probably we had like a boat that we would go on growing up, and there was always music playing on that boat, and a lot of like Bare Naked Ladies, and stuff that our parents liked listening to, which was usually, I don't know,
Bare Naked Ladies.
It was I
Bon
remember
Jovi.
Bare Naked Ladies, Bon Jovi, yeah, Backstreet Boys,
just 80s, 90s bands.
Backstreet Boys, yeah, Heart,
yeah,
lots of stuff like that. So those were some of the big things that I remember musically growing up. And we did a show with the Bare Naked Ladies like last year, and that was crazy. And so we got our dad was with us backstage and everything, and we got pictures with everyone, which was cool.
Yeah, I did a big stretch there.
Okay, so this is the last question. So, if your life were to be a theme song, what would that song be?
Oh, whoa! Theme
sort of a lot
song.
of pressure on the last one, but
That's a good question. I
oh my God.
Man,
I think there's
two songs that I put on, and this is just me being honest with you guys.
You're quick. I'm just like thinking of songs now, and I can't even.
There are two songs that I put on when I'm like trying to really get into life, like I'm really trying to be the main character for a second, songs that really hype me up. Number one, Don't Stop the Party by the Black Eyed Peas. Okay. Thumbs down. Who just did I just thumbs down myself?
Yeah.
Don't Stop the Party by Black Eyed Peas. Don't stop the party. Don't. Specifically the Fergie part.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna stop until I'm done. Don't stop it. Love it. And the second one is Sticky by Drake. I love that song. I said I'm just being honest with you guys.
I like that. That's cool.
Now give us your answer.
Oh no,
it won't be as good. I know.
It will. Well, it definitely won't be as good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know. Like I can't even. A theme song for my life.
I told the truth.
I'd have to like go on my. Oh, wait, I'm gonna go into my Apple Music. Are you an Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it just depends on like
It's a
where you
family plan.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
family plan. Yep.
Exactly.
Hey, very true.
I feel like it's just like once you get used to one though, like going to the other is just so confusing. Like
Yeah,
I can't even find my way around Spotify.
that's true. Me too.
Like
I have
there's too
every
much.
ability
There's too much
keyboard.
stuff. I just want to go in and see the music that I've downloaded and click it.
I used to be Apple Music girl, and then
Oh, you
yeah,
switched.
when I was young. When I was young.
Whoa. That's a big move.
Yeah.
That's a huge move.
I think I was just looking at my thing. I definitely like Mr. Brightside. I don't even know what it's about really, but like I that song has like always been like a nostalgic song for me. And
Mm.
like we used to play it live too. Why? Okay, you're looking at me. What?
Theme song.
Judging.
I think it's about like cheating or something like that. So it's probably not the best theme song, but
Questionable theme song.
Yeah.
Questionable.
just like it's just a nostalgic song, and I think of it as like a happy song, even though if you think about the words, it's not happy at all. But Mr. Brightside, yeah,
I mean,
just
it kind of is like
looking on the bright side of things.
mm,
Hey,
I
never
don't know.
mind. You could tie it into just
That's
looking
a
on the
good
bright side of life.
Hey, that's a good theme song.
Oh, there we go.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I don't know, just like the guitars and stuff. It's a nostalgic song for me. I
Yeah.
like it. It gives me good vibes. Like I remember like, you know, camping and stuff and being on the boat listening to that song. So yeah.
Having our little mini Pepsis.
Mini Pepsis, roast some marshmallows, listen to Mr. Brightside.
Back when like the mini Pepsis were like not skinnier, but like just shorter.
Mm,
Remember that?
mm.
Do you remember that?
Well,
Like now, if you get like a mini can of something, it's like
yeah.
skinny.
Yeah.
There we go. It's like skinny and like thinner, you know? But
Yeah.
it used to be like same size as a regular one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So that was all the questions. So thank you guys so much for coming on. It was great finally getting to talk to you guys.
I'm glad we could make it happen. Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
So have a great rest of your day and good luck with the show.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you. We'll see you again soon.
See you again. Bye.
Bye-bye.